All right, let's start, you guys. Let's get started. Okay, so this is Sunday Tai Chi. I'm Carlos, and great to be here. Glad you could join us. The only reason that we're doing a little videotape is because of COVID-19. Otherwise, we would be here at the dojo in a class. But I want to give you something that you can work on. We won't do a whole hour. We'll just do a few things. We'll do our form and do some stuff. So let's start as we always do. Wrapping the pole, relaxing. My arms are loose, moving from the waist. The legs are driving up, turning the waist, flinging the arms, much or as little as you want. When your legs are wider apart, you'll feel the shifting of the weight. You don't really feel it so much. Your legs are together or closer together. You could shift over to here, here, turning, or you could reverse that. I just reversed it. This way, shifting that way, looking this way, shifting that way. I'll go back to the first way, this way, that way, this way. Looking the same way I'm turning, or I'm shifting, same way I'm turning. All right, enough of that. So if your arms don't swing freely, maybe it's because you're holding tension in your shoulders. We'll do some nice shoulder rolls. So what I want you to do is at any point you can pause the video and do more than what I'm doing. Okay, so if you want to do 5 minutes of shoulder rolls, you can pause the video right now and do them on your own. And remember, just as a technical note, pausing the video, depending on what device you're using, is very easy. Okay, if you're in the video, you should be able to tap your screen anywhere in that video, if it's, and that will pause it. On a laptop or conventional, any form of a conventional keyboard, if you're in the video, hitting the space bar should pause it. So, and that can be very handy if we're doing something complicated. And because you can, by hitting the space bar shortly, you can almost go frame by frame. Let's go around the other way, really articulating the shoulders. This is not a throwaway move. We're really articulating the shoulders as much as they'll go. A little bit more every time we do this. And now, this is especially important. You want to do this a few times per day, whether or not you're practicing Tai Chi or not, because this is stressful times we're going through right now. And remember, we store tension a lot in the shoulders, in the neck, and in the lower back, right? So we'll work on all those things. Anyway, so how about independent movement of the shoulders? Reverse that. Again, you can play around with this several times a day, or you could do this for 5 minutes right now by pausing the video. But we're moving rather quickly. I'd rather move along a little too quickly than a little too slowly, because nothing is worse than a boring video, right? And if you start to, let's do one shoulder forward, one shoulder backwards. If I bore you and you start to try to fast forward, you're going to get into a lot of trouble. You're going to lose your spot in the video. You'll fast forward too far, and you don't know what we're doing next. So I'd rather do less and have you pause it than do more and have you try to fast forward it, or just get bored and never watch the videos. I just reversed, if you didn't notice that. This feels really good. problems with this counter rotation of the shoulders, just work on it. It'll be like second nature in no time. But at first, it's confusing. And then we'll go straight up, straight down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Really let your shoulders drop. Like dead weight, dead weight. So far as I know, there's only 2 times that we have our limbs are just completely dead. It's this time here, and then of course this one here. All the other times we have presence in the arms. Okay, so let's move up to our neck, look up and down. And then side to side. Again, please feel free to pause the video, do more of these. Another thing you can do for next time would be to do some of your favorite warm-ups before you even turn the video on, so you're fairly well warmed up. Okay, and then look straight ahead and tip the head from side to side. Okay, great. And then there's only so much we can do with these movements. So you have to actually, sometimes you just got to reach in there and just massage the tension out. All right, excellent, excellent. Okay, child praise to the Buddha. Reverse that. Keep going. Who's here? All right, let's do monk picking fruit. Remember, pick a different piece of fruit each time. Remember, this is a very simple demonstration of oppositional forces within the body that are not competing, they're complementing each other. In this case, the reaching up is matched by sinking down into your heels, right? It keeps you very stable. Extremely important. So at least you know that if you had to get that extra inch, you could come up on your toes. But if you come up there, if that's how you begin this, you've got nothing else to do and you're really unstable. So it's better to sink down and reach up. And again, it's chi down, yi up, intention up, chi down. Okay, great. How about Buddha supports the heavens? Okay, so remember when we're warming up our spine, first we elongate, we just did that, and then we move in the sagittal plane, that's forward and back, so this is a good illustration of that. We have to warm up our spine in 4 axes. Okay, so start here, and then roll the hands upward. So this is not only good for your back, but you're stretching through the fascia. Inhale up. Exhale down. Holding a nice circle ball here. Inhale up. So this is the big stretch here. It's by having the palms up, you're creating this stretching through here and even into your chest and shoulders. And exhale down. pause, do 10 or 100 more of those. Okay, an alternate version, eating with the fingertips. Remember, I exaggerate just so you can see what's going on here. If you were just going like this, that would be fine, perfectly fine. You don't have to do a big back bend the way I'm doing it. Okay, great. So yeah, you could have stopped, maybe done 20 more of those. How about, so we bent the spine. First we elongated the spine, then we bent the spine, and then let's move it in the frontal plane. Not many side bends in Tai Chi, but I happen to know 2 or 3. So let's do Immortal points the way. This is one of our favorites, right? So the arms come around nice and loose and soft and slow. We lost our cat. Come here, come back here, Banu. Oh well. He was interested before. So next time I come over, this arm here is not going to cross my body. It's going to reach up and over. Immortal points the way I'm looking to the side. So I can't correct you, so I'll correct me. Okay, my feet are parallel. My right arm is relatively straight. I'm looking in this direction. I'm pointing my fingers, but my hands are not tense. And then this is the key. This is up and over in the same plane. If I was up against the wall, I don't have to actually do it. If I was up against the wall, everything on the back of my body and the both backs of both arms would be all touching the wall. Okay, inhale. We'll start over. We could just go wave side to side, but we'll make at least one circle before we go over to the other side. Are we going to do it this time? No. Okay, next time we'll do it. Now, here we go. I'm looking left, pointing left. I haven't pivoted my feet though. Keeping the feet parallel adds to the stretching and the twisting. If you feel your feet sort of digging into the mat or the floor rather, that's a good sign. That means that you're getting twisting all the way down to your feet. Very good sign. How about just one more on each side? We won't hold it as long. Here we go, here we go. This feels really good. Remember, if you haven't been exercising much lately, move into this even more gently than you normally do, right? Because these movements are actually fairly advanced, and you can overdo them, right? Especially if you've just been sitting around eating all your emergency rations. All right, so how about just bring both arms up and then float them down. All right. What's the matter, Banu? So what we can do, since Banu's here, we can do some cat or tiger movements. Why don't we do, first of all, let's do, back to our spine. So remember, first we elongated, then we went this way, then we went this way. What about the twisting? Well, a lot of the movements we're going to do today have twisting incorporated in them, so we'll be okay with that. So let's do a moving Qigong. Let's do one of the 7 animal Qigong. And let's see, hopefully I'll still be in frame here. We'll do the tiger walk. This is sort of a, oh, that's very bad, Ben. Don't do that. Tiger walk, okay, so this is kind of a neat one. This is one of the 7 animal frolics, and let me tell you before we start, there's so many versions of these. Everyone has their own interpretation, but here's one that I like. Remember, whenever we make our tiger claws, don't tense your hands, right? Feel as if you're just holding a ball. There's no tension in the wrist, right? So this is a neat one. It starts out with this sort of circular motion of the arms here. I'll come even closer here. So the circular motion of the arms, and this is sort of, you can imagine that this is driving the movement. We're going to find a little bit of a upward movement, a little bit of a forward movement, and then especially this dragging down like you're scratching something, right? All the way down to here, up, out. So where's the step? Okay, so here comes the step. This is a straight step. It's not a zigzag step like we sometimes do. So just step up. And as always, we don't make a big arm movement until the foot lands, right? And then the back foot steps up, right? So it's not one of these long steps that we take, or long in terms of time. So we step up. See? I'm going to do one more turn around, okay? Let's turn around. So this is really nice. So let me break this down again. So without actually doing it, I'll break it down. So the arms coming up, that sort of gives you the step up. And so the foot has stepped up before the arms really make their power movement. And then this movement is actually allowing this foot to step up. And then come down. And so I'll get into it now. So step up. And then since you've done everything by here, you can focus on the dragging of your claws down. Step up, forward, step up, and drag your claws down. And then you can frolic with this. Right? So you can go even slower than I was going. No, that wasn't really. Okay, so some more like this. Or faster. Light on your feet. Anyway, so that's one of the 7 animal frolics. And how about, let's do a balance now. This is Ride the Tiger. Again, this is in almost all the forms, one form of another. And you'll see variations. So the way we do it is opposite hand, opposite foot. And this is usually in the form, it's a kick. And then what happens with this hand is different in different forms. But I like it up here. I've seen it up, also seen it down. I've seen this hand in sort of our beak hand or dragon's head. Okay, and this can be also a fist. Okay, and then switch. So let's do a loose fist. How about a loose fist and an open back palm? I've seen so many versions of this, it's not even funny. And as you may know, in our form, it's not a functional movement. It's at the very end of the form, we get flung around, and we just end like that. So that's Ride the Tiger, another tiger movement. Before we do another tiger movement, let's just show you one more. Bend, bow, shoot, tiger. And this is another controversial movement. This is usually thought of as a double punch, but they never actually punch. This is not strike a tiger, hit a tiger. I'll show you that. We're going to show you that later. but it's fine. If you want to make this a double punch, that's fine, but they never really fully execute, and the execution would be either to project both out or only one, and I prefer, if you think about how this is named, if you bend the bow and shoot the tiger this, so this is the shoot, so bend bow, shoot tiger. You can try it on the other side. You come around like this. And in our form, it works really well. Okay, because somebody's holding you down, this arm down, and you simultaneously free this arm and then deliver a pretty strong punch. And see how this is all a circle here. So that. Come around like that. So that's bend bow, shoot tiger. Let's do our form. Again, pause, take a little break. We'll do our form, and then I'll show you a couple more movements, and that'll be it. And you're lucky today, I'll show you the form. 2 different angles. Okay. Relax completely. So I hope you took a little bit more break than I did. Totally relax in our resting posture. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to turn up the volume, and I'll face the camera next time. Okay, so step the left foot up. Left hand comes up. Slide the right foot through. Remember, the first 2 foot movements, we're not even picking the foot up off the mat, right? Sliding audibly. Okay, don't worry. You'll be able to see more in a moment. Carry hammer. White crane. Right swings through branches. Shifting left, shift back right. Pivot the left foot. Step the right foot up and over, shift right. Shift back left, elbow strikes the heart just like rocking a baby. Shift right, bring the dong. Shift left, strike a tiger. We'll go over this after we do our form. Strike a tiger, step up, strum the loop. Shift back, turn, inspect horse's mouth. Okay. Half step back with the right foot, arms go out and down. Half step back with the left foot, and we'll end in dragon pose. All your weight in your left foot, just to test it. Kick, and then release. Okay, great. So, take a break if you want. Otherwise, I'll show you the form now facing the camera. If you couldn't hear a word I said before, you'll hear it now, but you can follow along. So remember, so technically, from my resting posture, it might even be correct as I shift into my right foot. This foot actually might even kind of come into center and then slide up. And then only when it's fully supported can this hand have any real power here, leading with the back of the wrist. Slide that through. So that's white snake, darts out its tongue, and then we come into reach up to touch the 7 stars of the Big Dipper, and the upward movement slides the left foot up next to the right foot. Right hand to the hip. Carry hammer. All right, sink back. And then white crane, and we could be holding a ball this big, switch, and then white ape swings through branches. And shift right, pivot the left foot, step the right foot up and over, shifting right, shift back left, elbow strikes the heart, shift back right, bring the gong. So here's strike a tiger again, and then up to the corner, strum the lute, pivot around our biggest pivot. Hope you can see my head I may have started too close to the camera. Anyways, step back, and then dragon pose. If I'm out of view, you've done this a million times. Okay, great. So I wanted to show you strike a tiger since we're doing these cat movements. Okay, so strike a tiger is, again, it's another sort of a double punch. And in the classic form of Chen Men Ching, there's a bunch of other things right before it, but we all end up somewhere like this, facing sort of, in our form, we would be like this. And it's a flanking move. And again, I've showed you this. You could grab a broom. My top hand, the knuckles are facing me. Bottom hand, knuckles are facing away from me. So, and this is the proper alignment here, right? So, so it's interesting. So we step into sort of an extreme kobu here, but in some other forms, they wouldn't be coming to this corner. They would extend over to this corner. So this flanking movement can be extreme flanking. You can over twist. So instead of R coming out to here, you could come all the way to here, right? And we do both sides in our form, right? So let's say the other side. So we do strike a tiger, right? Okay, and look, you could over twist, facing back the way you came. You don't do that very often. But everything in our form can be exaggerated. We can go from, because in most forms, our 90-degree pivots are just 45-degree pivots, but we go all the way around. But you could go even further around. A lot of people go to 180. So anyway, so that's strike a tiger, rewind it if you need to. And we will end with our favorite Qigong, lifting water. Inhale up, exhale down. So if you need something to practice, and you don't want to practice your form, you can do that. Tiger step. You just do that all over the house. You go around hitting things. Let's strike a tiger. You can try doing things a little faster. You can try doing things a little slower. So right now, so here's a goofy thing. You can see if you can go slower than I am. But if you go slower, you still have to maintain the feeling of connectedness. Always something pulling or pushing against you, as the case may be. So I'm just going to do one more of these. Again, feel free to do as many of these as you want, but I will leave you and then allow you to continue on doing these. So you don't have to stop right now. You can continue on. I am going to end with a Chinese proverb, or let's do a saying attributed to the Buddha: focus not on the teacher, but on the teachings. Focus not on the words, but on the spirit of the words. And thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you next Sunday. And thank you very much.